Well, we're setting up right now for CHS Live, and we're about to go live. Yeah, you might want to hit the button. I think the bell just rang. Yeah.
CHS Live is a program we started about 5 years ago at Concord High, where we took the morning announcements, which at the time were broadcasted over the intercom, and made a television show. Goals of the program were to make it more interesting. I think before the announcements were half listened to, and so we made a television show.
It's easier to hear. It's good that you actually get to see people talking instead of people really don't listen to the PA much often, so it's better to see it on the TV.
The show basically is sort of like the news station for our high school. Basically, announcements that you'd usually hear over the PA, those boring, old, in the schools, the boring kid talking. But instead, you actually see it, and also we do other things such as, entertainment, like kids come in with, say announcements for clubs or things going on outside of school with sports. So it's really more or less kind of like, just basically your local school stuff and then some, and then we do all kinds of cool things on here too.
It's like Saturday Night Live, but without Saturday Night Live-ness to it.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
You have funny people on the show, you have awesome people on the show, and you have people.
Where we not only give the daily announcements, but we add some humor and some fun to it, so it's interesting for the kids. And so the goals are to first make sure everyone hears the important announcements. The second part is to help build a sense of community and using humor to do that.
The purpose is to just, get the students' attention, tell them what's going on, and inform them, keep them on track, but do it in doing it in an interesting way and not necessarily speaking over the announcements.
The students are coming down here and they're learning stuff.
It's a good place to start, and even like say when you go to college and you actually want this, having this on here that you've done your live feed announcements with Concord TV is really a good thing to get a good jump start on, and it wouldn't hurt to have it really.
It's a great opportunity. There's a whole group of students that, this is their football team. This is their niche in the building. This is the art club or the theater program for them. This is where they, when they get up in the morning, they not only have, their traditional classes, they've got a special opportunity to belong to a group that produces a really fine product. And the product every year, it's really fun to watch the first couple of years and then see how it's improved. And slowly, the other goal was to make it completely student-driven and run. Initially, I kind of felt like I was micromanaging it. Now I walk in the door and stand back and enjoy the show because the students are doing everything.
CHS Live is awesome. We have me, Aaron, and AJ working on audio and recording it and just all the behind-the-scenes stuff.
Well, when you first start out learning the stuff in the room in here, and then eventually once you start getting up and you do it more, you start to get in the control room and start doing sound, start doing roll-in and other stuff in there.
The old director has been running here for about 2 years, and right now we have Aaron Dwight, who's been at Concord TV for a long time. He's basically picking up the mantle of being a director, and he's going to be a full-time director next year as a senior. I've learned, basically a lot of equipment to use, especially with camera and audio mixers and everything that really was some good stuff to experience as well. And also I learned really just how to be serious too, because when it comes to all this equipment, that you need serious people that know what they're doing and have a good behavioral structure, almost like a job. But then when that thing gets over one, it's a good time here.
When it first came on, it was kind of it struggled because it was seen, and it was often foolish, and we had trouble getting a good product. I think the key is we went from taping it in my conference room to using the facilities over at Concord Television, and that was a big turning point because now we had 3 cameras instead of 1. We had all sorts of folks in the room who have much greater or better background in communication than I have.
Can't even describe how helpful it is because if you know how to do this here, then once you get out into the real world and you're working on the news and stuff, you have the abilities to do it correctly and do it really good actually. I mean, it's you have a great advantage, and you don't have to pay for it too. I mean, it's just this shining opportunity. It's invaluable information.
I just think we're at Concord High, we're real lucky to have the TV studio in the building. You know, the more we use it, you know, as I said earlier, there's a whole group of students out there for whom the television facility is their niche into this building, and it's great to see. I think each group of kids come in, they dictate how it'll change.